Well, the parade, as you know, is an annual event, and the rhetoric surrounding the parade is something that's been going on through the Soviet period since 1945. And so, in that regard, it was a pretty standard display of Russian military might and rhetoric by the Russian president. The surprising thing was what he didn't say. He didn't call for a mobilization. He didn't declare war on Ukraine. And that's most likely because he feels he doesn't have the political support, both amongst his leadership class and amongst the people, to go that far. Or it could be that he just didn't think he could pull it off.
Very interesting that you say that he either can't pull it off or he hasn't got that support behind him. So how does he pass off what is going on?
Well, it seems that gradually the rhetoric has increased to the point where now it's a war between Russia and the West, in Putin's language, which means a gradual escalation, a gradual conditioning of the Russian people to accept whatever comes, which most likely means increasing demands on them from the Putin regime. And so he'll continue to elevate and wait for military success on the ground, which doesn't appear to be forthcoming.
I tell you what was going through my mind, and I suppose a lot of people, visually, you see all those soldiers, you see all those tanks, you see all those missiles going through Red Square. There was no fly past, there was nothing like that. But I was thinking, well, if they're all there in Moscow, what on earth is in Ukraine, or wouldn't they be better served being in Ukraine? I mean, if I was in charge of that war, I would be thinking, why are we doing this when we could be doing that?
Well, it's a great point and a wonderful observation. I had the same thought. And the main reasons surround how the Russian regime is controlling both the population but also the government. A lot of those forces are dedicated to parades. And so they're designed to be on show. They're stationed around Moscow, and their purpose for being stationed around Moscow is to protect the Kremlin. And so the last thing that Putin would want to do was make his military on parade look anything less than spectacular. And the second thing that he doesn't want to do is remove all his potential protection from around the Kremlin and around Moscow. Moscow really is the center of gravity for the Russian government and for the Russian sense of security. And to undermine the security of Moscow would really be to admit that the war in Ukraine isn't going so well, and we have to deploy our show forces, our most important forces that protect Moscow, down to Ukraine. So he has to keep these forces here. He has to put them on display. He has to demonstrate power, whether that power is real or not. So let's just call it a Potemkin parade, if you will.